Good afternoon, friends, fellow channel members. How are you all doing? Oh, it's lovely in Paris this afternoon. I say it's lovely. To be honest, the weather is better where I am here in the UK at the moment. We're surrounded by high pressure. The weather is glorious here in Yorkshire, and that is where we're headed to. Hot on the heels of a brand new route we did yesterday. Easyjet starting to head back to Oslo as we did last night. What an amazing landing that was. If anyone in the chat didn't see last night's Autoland LVP's approach into Oslo, do go and check that out because it was absolutely stunning. Today though, no LVPs in sight. It is glorious sunshine as we head to the heart of Yorkshire, Leeds Bradford Airport, and another new route. This is Paris Charles de Gaulle up to Leeds Bradford, and I believe this route starts next month actually. So yeah, we're still on default call sign. It's Alpine 34 Alpha Mike for us today, but yeah, we're flying a route that will begin flying in October. Nice to see Easyjet expanding into Leeds, because they currently have a flight that runs from Belfast. That's the only one at the moment, but then they've got Charles de Gaulle, and I think we've also got Geneva as well, to Leeds as well. So Alpine from the base here at Charles de Gaulle, and then top Swiss potentially as well from Geneva. So that'll be quite cool. So welcome guys, David, Uncle Smusson, Christian, DC, Flyboy, Binox. Hey guys, how are you all doing? Thanks for being here. Adrian, this is the default Azobo. Yeah, I don't actually fly into Charles de Gaulle that often, even though it's a massive EasyJet base. We just don't do it because we don't really have that much air traffic control around usually, so tend not to do it. Christian, I hope you have the latest scenery enhancement mods, so you have the actual correct taxiway signage. I think we do. I guess we'll find out in a bit, won't we? Benjamin says, big up Leeds, long haul ops gonna carry. I know, so they're also, I thought Leeds would be a good one to do today as well, because there's potential that they're going to launch some long range operations from Leeds, announced on, is it Thursday? Jet2 with their new 321 Neos, maybe. They've got a exciting announcement as well. Of course, I'm secretly hoping that has something to do with Doncaster, but I don't think that is going to be the case. But yeah, this is going to be fun. Hours flight time, which is good, gives me time to do the flight, and then hopefully be done in time to pick up the lad from school. Right, let's hop on board, and well, we'll get going. Let's have a look at the operational flight plan as per usual. Welcome to those of you as well also watching on Twitch. Hey Goofy, good to see you. Benjamin says you think the route was a Jet2, Air Canada maybe, and JetBlue. Yeah, basically it's going to have to be a narrow body, isn't it? Leeds cannot take big heavy wide bodies, so I think it's going to be the 321 Neos, that kind of stuff. 321s, the XLRs are obviously coming up. Wizz Air is hot on the heels of getting those aircraft for long flights. Who on earth would want to sit on a Wizz Air 320 cabin layout for 8 hours? Oh well, if it's the way we can get to where you want to go and the finances, then I guess we just have to put up with it. Right, let's have a look at what we've got. So we are 319 again today, nice and light, underloaded by just over 5 tons. Probably not going to need any extra fuel because the weather is glorious here in Yorkshire today. Manchester is the obvious alternate. Cruising flight level 300, a little bit of a headwind, cruise temperature minus 37. Worth bearing in mind, that way if we're in clouds and we're cruising, we will need anti-ice on looking at that. So we're off 09 right, our treks, and it's the 5 kilo departure. LBA has no stars, so we're going to vector ourselves in when we get there for the ILS runway 14. ATC would ordinarily give you vector, so we'll have to do that ourselves. Plug fuel 4.7, CNR 1.8. Yeah, not a lot to get to Manchester. Obviously, it's not many miles away. And just checking as well, there's no terrain either for us today, but look at that, all Cat 1 stuff. 10 knot crosswind for the departure and a 1 knot crosswind for our landing, so all of that is looking glorious. Have a look at the weather brief, see what Leeds has got going. Light and variable, it's cav okay. 18 degrees currently. 18 degrees, that's quite nice this time of year. QNH 1033, yes, so that's confirmation of that high pressure. Our date today is the 17th, so yeah, no cloud, few clouds, visibility is good, and that's going to continue through all the way for all of the alternates as well, so we're not worried at all about that. That is a confirmation of our alternates. That is our flight route. No low level weather, no high level weather. It should be a gorgeous flight, very, very scenic with nothing getting in the way. Right, the NOTAMs then for us. I don't think there's going to be too many. In fact, you know what? For an airport that is as big as Charles de Gaulle, that is a really small list of NOTAMs. Basically, nothing there that's going to get in our way. I don't know if Leeds has got anything. Not sure where Alpha is between the Roman intersections and Holding Point Bravo. We'll check that in a little bit. Obstacle clearance height is being adjusted. That doesn't affect us. We've got a couple of stands permanently closed. All the runways are working fine. Okay, so fuel wise, we might as well take pretty much close to plug fuel, haven't we? Plug is 47. Alright, I'm going to round it up. 5 tons. That's just a little bit extra for whatever reason. We are at Charles de Gaulle, so in real life there'll probably be a bit of holding time as well. Alright, so let me go and tell the ground crew that is that's what we want, and we'll start getting things set up. I will need to grab the ATIS from here in a moment, because we've got no air traffic control running around at the moment, I don't think, in Paris. I'll check that in a second. But hopefully JSX will now spawn into life, and we'll start getting refueled, and passengers will start to be bussed to us. But yeah, look at that, sun's shining as well in Paris. Clouded over a little bit, looks like the clouds are clearing though, and we're looking nice. Obviously on external power at the moment. We can see the GPU is connected up, and yeah, let's go through and see what we've got. So just usual stuff. Pumps are off, packs are off. We're on external power, no APU. Don't like noise, do they, the Parisians? So that's fine. Nav logo lights there on. Spoilers, flaps, parking brakes. That should be squawking to 1000. And other than that, that's fine. Let me just grab the latest ATIS information. Orly Airport, actually, if we'd have flown from Orly, then ATC is online, but Easyjet are not flying from Orly for this one. So let me grab the weather. Let's just have a quick look. There we go. So winds currently 030 at 12. Oh, temporary gusting 25 knots. That's quite interesting. A few clouds, visibility is fine. And QNH is 1024. Lovely. Well, now we've got that. Let's continue setting it up. So 1024 on here. That's on Unicom. I'll just come off that for the time being. Just check we're monitoring guard frequency. Yep. Turn these up so we can hear the PAs and things. Cabin calls. Switching panel, thrust levers, engine mode master selections, they're all okay. Acupressure's not yet in the green. Get the constraints on. 1024 is the QNH, just set that. I think the initial climb out here is 5,000, so I'm just going to set that as well, and that's done up on the FCU, so that's it. David says he's about to fly Heathrow to Marseille. If beyond ATC traffic will let me in, 5th in line for departure. Don't kid us, David. I know that you'll love it. It's great having that live traffic all around, isn't it? It's good. It's good. Or not live traffic, but you know what I mean. Right, let's check the box. Start setting all this up. Just a flight in it. Make sure that's done. Come on. There we go. 1 hour 3 minutes. Okay, and IRS. 3.5 greens. Eric cycle and database. That's all fine. Cool. Let's do our init request. I really want to use the Real A Cars mod that we previewed on the channel a couple of weeks back, but I'm having real trouble with it at the moment. It's well, basically it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Just every time we try and get it working, it tells us that we need to be on the ground with our engines off. We are on the ground. Our engines are most certainly off, so I've no idea why it's not working, but it's a really cool little feature, so I am sad that it's not working. Might have to contact the devs and see what the issue might be, but I will just try it again. I do know that we need to have the flight number in before we go anyway, so let me just pop that in. We've got 34 Alpha Mike. Right, so once that's in, fingers crossed, it should work, but I'm not entirely sure, so we'll just have a quick look. That's all correct. Engines ready, no. Weight on wheels, no. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. It's obviously not hooking in somewhat, so I can't start the flight. The aircraft is most certainly on the ground. I don't know why it doesn't think the Phoenix is on the ground, but oh well, I have to close that. Never mind. Right, let's get the OFP stuff in. So all of this information coming in. Cost index of 4 and cruising at 300. Ground temperature is 20. So pop that in. 20 degrees in Paris. That's quite nice for autumn time, isn't it? 43735 is our tropo. Get the winds downloaded as well. Hey Seb says, nice to see us flying into Leeds, my local. Well, Easyjet's going to be flying there a little bit more often come next month, so so that's quite nice. 4294 north, 2337 east, so that's good stuff. Sailman says, I've had no issues with the Real Air Cars, looking forward to CPDLC and oh yeah, I don't know why I've got issues. I've uninstalled it, I've reinstalled it, it just doesn't want to know. Not really sure what else I can do, to be honest, which is a shame because it worked when we did the video, and it worked for a couple of streams and flights, and then after that, boop, nothing. Right, departing off Nana right. Atrex 5 kilo. There we are. And then Leeds is 14 Zulu. There are of course no stars, and we'll just pop in the LBA. We'll obviously probably will ignore that and just vector ourselves, but I'll leave the LBA in for now. That has a distance then of 381. What have we got here? 378. That's fine. 3 miles difference is good. So RadNav page, let's just get the Paris de Gaulle VOR in, which is Papa Golf Sierra, a couple of miles away, and let's do our init B page. So hey Ollie, have you checked you've got FSUIPC working for Real Air Cars? I don't think I've got FSUIPC installed anymore. I used to have it for oh, what was the cabin passengers program we used to have? Don't use it anymore. Not since we got announcements in the Phoenix. But yeah, I've not got that running anymore. And it wasn't running when I had it originally working, so that, presuming that can't be the reason. Right, what we've got? Oh, we've got a couple of preload sheets here. What's the telex? Aircar service Hoppers is having a bit of a ding dong, isn't it, at the moment, been updated. Anyway, zero fuel weight is 53.2. CFG is 28.7. Fuel for the alternate Manchester is 0. I'll call that 0.9. Alright. Ground crew are loading 5 tons of fuel. CFGs for departure then 28.7 and 27.6. Oh, guys, sorry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first. to keep your small items under the seat.
4.8, we're taking 5 tons.
These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing.
58
Once you have
is our
safely
takeoff weight.
stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a
Extra 5 minutes and a couple hundred tons in.
here, enabling all
That's
remaining
fine.
Your seatbelt can now be
Morning, Organ.
ready for departure. This is a no smoking service.
Brian says he's just flown Frankfurt to Warsaw with Say Intentions and FSLTL. Yeah, we need to do. We need to have another look at Say Intentions, don't we? They're kind of they're pushing the boundaries, aren't they? Both of them. Say Intentions and FSLTL, not FSLTL. Sorry, Beyond ATC. So both doing a really good job, really bringing our flight simulations up to the next level, which is awesome. Absolutely love that. I know some people don't like Say Intentions because it is a subscription-based program. But it's really good. So that's all fine, that's done. Let's have a look at our takeoff performance information then. So passengers now coming on board. Right, what we're doing, we've got 09 right, it is dry, flaps 1, no need to force target, anti-gas will be off, packs will be off as per usual SOPs. Takeoff weight is a lowly 58 and our CFG is 276. And intersection data. Ooh, great point. Let's have a look then and see what intersection I'm going to use for this. So I think if we go with, so we're down here, we're going to taxi up on Foxtrot. Let's go. If we got. Let's go Delta 6, if that's an option for us. Yes, it is. The last one there, look. Delta 6. 39, 39, 43. And flex is 68. Fine flaps 1. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet here with flaps 1 and the flex 68 as we've just seen. Right, thrust reduction accelerating. So I'm pretty certain this is a noise abatement 1 airport. Double check. 09 right. Yeah, noise abatement 1. So 1870, 3370 and engine out is 1370. Engine out procedure is standard. Right, let's get those in. So 1870 3370 engine out 1370. Secondary flight plan, copy the active. The engine out procedure then is 92 feet left turn to Mopar and hold 93 left turns. Zero 93 left turns, and then if we needed to come back, Lima Fox Papa Golf. I have no idea what runway they're landing on. I think we're on 09 right, so I think they're landing on 08. 08 left, is it? I think. 08 left, you know, that'll do. No start, and I don't think Mopla is an option for the VIA. So, oh, hang on, yes it is. Mop 7 Echo, I bet that's the one. Right, see what that looks like. There we are, straight out, left turns, and actually I've got no idea what that arrival is there. To be honest, that doesn't matter. Oh, actually no, it is there. It is there. That's just a manual leg, I think. And there's the arrival back in. So, yeah, that's fine. Good stuff. Right, so the box is all set. We're all happy, and we've got no ATC to speak to, sadly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, to keep your small items under the seat in front.
Hey, Da Vinci.
These include
Good to see you, as always.
duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your bags,
Ignore that. 1 hour 18 minutes. I got Zulu time completely confused. It should be 18 minutes. We're looking to push back at 1400 Zulu time. I chucked in 1500, didn't I? Like a numpty, but never mind. Okay, so we're all set up. That's all done. Refueling, I think, has now completed. We've got 5 tons there. Make sure that's balanced, which it is. We'll brief. We'll get the APU on, and we'll get going. So, where are we going? Let's get the chart up. So here is the overall chart. Now I've already just had a quick look at this. We're parked here. I'll bring up the more detailed chart in a moment. We're then going to push. We're going to be facing west. So we are going to taxi. It'll be Bravo. Then turn on the first turn right. We're going to go up Foxtrot, and then once we carry on past the de-icing pads, we're then going to taxi down, and we're then going to taxi all the way down here to to Delta 6, isn't it? That's where we've got the departure performances from. So Delta Fox and then Delta 6 intersection. Now, just find a bit more detail on that. Still finding my way around these charts. Let's try that one. Yeah, so just confirmation there that we taxi up north on Foxtrot, not on November, and we've got when we can push and taxi to the west. Just want to see if we've got some charts over to the north of the airport for the easterly configuration. That should be this chart here. Yeah, so taxiing up on Foxtrot, we then take a left on to Delta. That's just here, and then Delta, hold at Delta 6 just there. So a bit complicated, but let's not get rushed. So that's my main threat. You know, it's not the easiest airport to taxi around, is it? So that's that's just worth doing things a little bit slow. At least we've got nice weather for it today. Right, so that's the taxi that I'm expecting to do. The departure as well then.
Crew, boarding is now complete. Any remaining ground crew, please leave the aircraft.
Again, got to find these. South, 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 south. We want this chart. No, we don't. That chart is the one that we want. So we're on the 5 kilo, so that's straight out. Papa Golf 9192, and then it is a left turn. We're heading up to Atrex up here. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. I've got nothing here with regards to initial climb altitudes. So I'm not familiar with Paris, but I think it will be initial climb 5,000. ATC obviously in real life may give you something else, but we're going to go with 5,000. I've got nothing there on the chart. MSA is fine at 3.2, dropping down to 2.3 as we go. So yeah, that's also fine. No speed restrictions, no altitude restrictions, so we can leave everything in manage mode as we leave. So that's a pretty nice straightforward departure. Say first turn there to the left. Okay, let's then we know where we're going, we know where we're flying. Let's just have a look, double check that engine out procedure. Just before I do that, I'm just start the APU because we're nearly ready to go. Right, so APU has started. So engine out procedure is standard. So should we lose an engine after V1 and we're climbing out, then we'll get airborne, rotate the aircraft using standard 12.5 degrees pitch, and following SRS after 400 feet we'll confirm the failure. Once we'll push the level off, confirm the shutdown of the failed engine. When that is all happy, we'll level off, accelerate away, and then once we are above 1900 feet, it's a left turn to Moplar, where we'll take up the hold. We'll hold at 3000 feet. No, actually, we'll hold at 4000 feet because then we're above MSA, and yeah, then we'll get vectored back in. So that's pretty straightforward and general procedure as well. Someone's just said in the chat that Skitrick says Charles de Gaulle is very confusing. It is. It's worse than. I personally think it's worse than anywhere like Schiphol and that. It's an absolute maze of taxiways. Alright, quick overview then of any potential threats. Nothing with the weather, nothing with the aircraft, no NOTAMs. Taxiways, that's probably the most confusing and threatening thing for us. Yeah, and also just remembering it's a noise abatement too. Now, because it's a long taxi, we'll probably do a single engine taxi as well. Save a bit of fuel and that. In which case, if we are doing a single engine taxi, we're going to get the second engine started as we're approaching the de-icing pads. So that's our plan. Right, everyone's boarded. APU is available. Let's just check for any LMCs and see what we've got there. 0 fuel weight's 50. That's not changed. So takeoff weight is 58. Perfect. Only one infant, so hopefully no one crying for the duration. 28.7, that's bang on, and 27.6, bang on. So everything is exactly as planned. Hey, Yvonne McLean, good to see you, mate. How you doing? I know you sometimes struggle to catch out live streams, so really good to see you as well. Organ, do I prefer Aviaplanet or Navigraph? Oh, definitely Navigraph, but I like the we're using Lido charts as per real world. Alright, so if we're all happy with that, then pumps can come on. Seatbelt signs on, external power, we can get rid of that. Packs can come on as well. In fact, no, they can't. Leave the packs off for a minute. Let's get the APU bleed on. We'll give that another minute. Put the packs on in a minute as well. A minute between each of those, then that's good. Make sure that's not off. Lovely. So let's run the cockpit prep checklist. So aircraft acceptances have been completed. Fuel quantity is 5 tons and balance. Seatbelt signs are on. It is. We've got 3 nav greens. QNH is 1024, 350 feet. Lovely. So let's we'd say at this point we'd contact ATC, say we need to push back, we're ready to go, etc. All of that palaver, and they'll tell us that we're clear to push and start. Let me just check behind us, make sure there's no one around that's going to get in the way. Nope, all is fine. Doors are closed. So tell the ground crew ready for you to get connected up and get going. So beacon light on, transponder on, get the packs on as well now.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
With a lovely French accent. Okay, before start checklist then, so parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed, not yet armed,
Check completed, bypass pin inserted.
and our beacon light is on. Truck driver's about to run over his mate. Yeah, here he goes.
Locking gear.
Noticeable steering is disconnected. Not going to bother with the terrain radar for this departure. It might be good practice, but there's no terrain around Paris, just buildings. Beautiful blue sky. Looking forward to this flight. We'll actually get to see the ground. Organ, this is just default Azobo, so we don't fly into Paris that often, so I've not actually got any scenery installed for it. That's fine. GSX just needs a little kick at this point, I think. Continue push. And we're facing east. No, we're not. We're facing west.
Release parking brakes.
And parking brakes released. Gary says he's just jumped on and made it. Climbed up through the landing gear.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, so nozzle steering is disconnected. Engine 1 selected to ignition. And engine 1 start.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
I remember years ago doing I think it was when the first sort of sim update came out for France, flying into Charles de Gaulle, and it was a slideshow.
Thank you.
Scary Boy, is there any CDG scenery at all? I'm not actually sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for
Hey,
your
Captain
attention
Q.
while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes,
Engine 1 available?
life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you
Set
to an
parking
exit.
brakes.
Please be aware that your nearest exit may be
And parking brake set.
In an
Unlocking gear.
emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt
Okay,
is
so noticeable steering is disconnected at the moment. We'll get the yellow pump on after they've disconnected, and just want to check those doors. They're now all armed.
at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start.
JB, is there axe visible on the flight deck?
With the strap,
Have they modelled
pull
it?
on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your
I
head.
have seen it modelled on
Around your
some.
waist,
Oh, it's there. Look.
click together,
There you go.
Tow truck disconnected.
and pull the
Bypass
strap
being
to
removed.
adjust. Do not inflate it inside the
Left
aircraft.
is clear. Right is clear.
When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
Right, just wait for the guy to get out of the way. Charles de Gaulle traffic, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike, taxiing via Bravo Foxtrot Delta, holding point Delta 6, runway 05 right. Okay, trick, why is there an axe? It's for emergencies, so if you've crashed, you need to break the glass to get out, basically. Right. Let's get ready to go. So, no after start checklist yet, because, well, there's still only one engine running. Okay, we can do a performance check though, so no LMCs, performance is exactly as planned. Engine out procedure is standard, straight out, once above 1900 feet, it's left turn to our holding point, where we'll hold 4000. Departure is straight out then with a left hand turn. I'm not going to follow that line. That line looks ridiculously badly done. Let's follow this line. Yeah, so it's straight out with a left hand turn, and it's a noise abatement 1, remember, and the initial climb 5000. Cannot wait to see if Flight Sim 24 has got rid of all the traffic that gets in the way of our aircraft. Across the bridge. Hey, Mikkel Jensen. Afternoon to you.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
Right, let's just make the turn before we bother talking to them. Looks like a little bump in the taxiway here. Oh, up the hill.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
That's lovely, thank you. Leeds Airport, the where we're landing, does bring its own little challenges. It's not the longest runway in the world. Hey Hasso, any idea of how the planner will add the SID-Star instruction plates? What, the charts? The charts are already there. Hey Flight Sim Ops, this is just the default Azobo scenery for Charles de Gaulle. It's no payware add-on or anything like that. So this should just head over to the right. The de-icing pads are straight ahead. That's here. We're going to go around there. Just watch the taxi speed a little bit. This is where we said as we were going to pass the de-icing pads, we'll get the other engine started. So in order to do that, turn that off, we turn that on, and engine mode selector back to ignition, and I'm now starting engine 2. Seb says the wind, the weather in Leeds at the moment is beautiful, varying 2 knots, currently losing 1/4, that's what we've planned, which you feel is easier as there's no downward slope. Yes, I'm sure the TUI pilots agree with you. Right, as we're taxiing along then, if you haven't done already guys, if anyone wants to help us out and hit the like button on the stream, that'd be awesome. And the Contrail store have a sale on lots of items at the moment, including Pyrrhus scenery, so use that discount code as well. You'll even get more savings with and another further 10% off if you use that. Right, so we are taking not the first left, that's Bravo, we don't want that, we need Delta, which is our next one. Right, engine 2 is now available. So engine mode selector is now back to ignition. APU bleed can come off. APU master can come off. Started the timer. Oh, are we on Quebec? Or is this just not correct? We should be on Delta. Might have made a slight wrong turn here. Good job there's no other traffic around. We'll get ourselves back on Bravo in a moment by turning left. I didn't see, not Bravo, sorry, we want to be on Delta, don't we? I've not seen, I didn't see this intersection. So I think we're on Quebec now, which is here. I didn't see this. There. I saw Bravo, did not see Delta. So I think we're now on Quebec. Delta is straight on, so let's carry on that way. We did say Charles de Gaulle is a maze. Edelbees, however that's pronounced. Thank you for the follow. Methods panel, I can't even remember the PC. I mean, various upgrades and hardware and things. It was also bought quite a while ago. Prices have somewhat changed, I'm sure. Right, let's run our taxi checklist then now. So, flight controls. Let's make sure they're all set. We've got full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. Let's check our rudder. So, full right, full left, and neutral. So flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMNA has got climb now blue, 152 5000 blue. Radar and predicted wind shear on. ECA memo takeoff no blue, and the EFB is stowed. We want Bravo 6. I think this is not Bravo, Delta 6. This is Delta 7. So next right. Have they changed that? Is that now a push button? Oh yeah, it is. You used to have to press and hold it. Suddenly I found my rudder pedals weren't working how they should be. There's a bridge. If Nick was here, he'd probably fall off it. Disregard that as per usual. Cancel master caution. Clear ECAM. Disregard. Right, here we go. Looking forward to getting to Leeds. Hey Lulu, good to see you as always. Hope you're well. Right, doesn't look like there's anyone around, does there? So, approach path looks clear. Charles de Gaulle traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, lining up runway 09 on right via Delta 6. That's all our lights on. And the packs off. Okay, engine 2's been running for 4 minutes 40, so that's fine. Lineup checklist, cabin secure, takeoff runway is confirmed 09 via Delta 6. TCAS is TAR, Apex 1-2 off. Let's go. Takeoff. Start that chrono. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust. Man flex, SRS runway, auto thrust Blue, takeoff thrust set. Hundred knots. V1, rotate. A bit of rudder needed for that, actually. Keep us on the centre line. Let go of it now. Drift into the wind. Positive climb, gear up. And nav. Keep the nose up this time. Noise abatement 1 departure, so we've got thrust climb SRS. Autopilot 1 engaged. Let's continue that initial climb out. Continuing to climb flight level 180. So, open climb 180 blue. Departing this way means we don't fly over over Paris, though, does it? So. We get the scenic view out of the window. Looks quite good, actually. Recent sim world updates.
Keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So we're past airspeed now, and spoilers have been disarmed. 7,000 feet, that's the left turn that we expected. Just clear that. And so we've got to check now. We've got the spoilers up, the flaps are up, the gear is up. We can turn all the lights off. And we're literally now just pointing the aircraft almost straight towards Leeds. Ethan, how long did it take to learn to program the McDo from memory while learning the plane? Not long, Ethan. It's muscle memory a lot of the time. So the more you do something, the more often you do it, then obviously, like anything, the better you get at it. 10,000 feet. Nice, clear, stable air. I don't think there's anything going to be bouncing us around, so I think we can get the seatbelts off as well. Hey, Mads. Yeah, so had we departed westerly, there's the airport down there, had we departed westerly, we'd have obviously flown over Paris and got some decent views. Sadly, that was not the case today. Beautiful weather. Right, that's it. An hour or so we'll be in Leeds. and that beautiful airport in Yorkshire on top of a hill. So now we're climbing above 10,000 feet. We'll go to the progress page and sorry, the performance page. Cost index will be 0. Rev nav we shall clear out, and second flight plan we can copy active. That's done. Mads, I did see that. I've not had a chance to look into it yet, though. But it sounded like a good idea. I have to have a look. Captain Norbert says good afternoon from Portugal. Good afternoon, mate. Hope you are well. Cameron, are we using stock Charles de Gaulle scenery? Yes, I was. That's right. Right, flight level 300 is quite obviously going to be attainable for us. We're not heavy in the slightest, so flight level 300 blue, and we'll carry on. So it's quite a straightforward route, as you can see if I zoom all the way out on the navigation display. Hardly a cloud in the sky. Adrian, it used to be there, the FS Realistic profile. I'm pretty certain it was just from like Easyjet Sim Pilot. I think. Daz Higgy is also here. Hi, Daz. Can't remember if we've seen you for a while. If I have, I completely apologise. My memory is like a sieve. Says enjoying a week off work, so thought I'd stop by and see where we're off to today. We're off to Leeds because why not? Leeds is always fun to fly to. Often brings its own challenges. Hey, Barney. Yeah, saw Rex advertise Atmos. We'll definitely be having a look at that when it comes out. But there's all sorts of things now regarding with add-ons and things like that. It's sort of, we're getting very close to Flight Sim 24 now, aren't we? So if you're a scenery developer or aircraft developer, that's fine. Theirs will transfer over to the new simulator. But what about add-ons that affect different things? It's going to be interesting to see what happens there, isn't it? Very interesting to see how that works, because I'm guessing we're all quite hopeful that I think we should be all quite hopeful that a lot of the add-ons to make the sim look more realistic or feel more realistic should almost by default be in the sim. Time will tell. Right, while we're in the climb, 700 feet to go, then we're at top of cruise. I love asking this question when we're doing a midday stream. Who here is working from home? In the loosest sense of the word. If you've got us on in the background, hopefully that will give you a pleasant way to pass the next hour or so. Barney says me, Gibbok says me, Philip me, Fruitbat says I wouldn't I wouldn't call it working exactly. Okay, who should who should be working from home? Uncle Sputney is doing training. That sounds really boring. I mean, you might have a cracking job. You might work for MI5 and it's really exciting, but training is, yeah, usually goes hand in hand with boring. Aviator's working from home. David's working from home. Daz Higgy is says he would be if he wasn't on leave. Morning Trigger says it's my last day at work today. Well, Morning Trigger, are you retiring? Jolly Mike also working from home. Brian Watsworth, yes, all right, Brian, we know you're retired. Flyboy John is working. Captain Norbert is retired. Very good. You've earned it. Jacko, I run my own company. I'm always working from home when I can be bothered. David, early retirement. Excellent, David. Well done, mate. You're out of the rat race. Mads is studying. I feel like that should also have been in inverted commas, Mads. Somebody called Dave. Does working as a train driver in Train Sim World count? No. Unless you're getting paid for it, I guess. Jacko, you have staff now. Well, then you must be running a successful company, Jacko. Well done. If you don't need to work, I mean, would you... The only reason you'd work if you didn't have to work is if you truly enjoyed it. I mean, what's the saying? Find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Which is true. It's still work. Mark, you're off shift today. Excellent. Morning trigger, medical discharge, so just got to learn to fly on Microsoft Flight Sim. Excellent. It's a great way to pass the time, and you can lose a lot of time in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Simon is at a customer's decorating a bathroom. Ooh, we could have some fun with that. See, most of the time, Simon, when I've met decorators or I've had decorators in our house, they're not streaming YouTube flight simulation videos. They are listening to Magic FM or Heart, or if it's really bad, Capital on the radio. Adrian, day off today, back at work on Friday. That said, Simon, if you are decorating, I do get, I've seen this from decorators we've had in, they'll obviously have to paint something, and then they will be sat around for a little bit, just waiting for stuff to dry. So you've got to do something to pass that time, I guess. Sebastian, am I the only one who has bad FPS with SimFX, even with the controls disabled? I've not noticed it degrade my FPS at all, to be honest with you. It's pretty good. Right, we're at cruise. There we are, 30,000 feet. So set that to below. We'll pop this back up to 4. We'll just cycle those SD pages, make sure everything is behaving. $1,200 kilograms. Yeah, that's fine. This might be a bit warm. Might turn the temperatures down. Passengers will be complaining. There we are. Christian, you thought the next waypoint was called vegan. I wonder if there is one in the world. Someone go into Navigraph and type in vegan, see if you can find it. See if you can find it. The vegan waypoint. Alright, let's have a look what's happening in the world. Have a look at Birmingham. We'll check out Manchester. And of course, we want to know what's actually happening at our destination, Leeds. No, it's November Mike, isn't it? Not Mike November. Alright, so we've got nothing interesting happening at Gatwick. That's fine. Manchester's boring as well. And Leeds 050 at 3, QNH 1033, and Cav OK. Excellent. It's all set. Christian says there is a waypoint called Vegan in Italy. Vegan spaghetti. Haha. Mike says it's on a layover in Rome, then dead-ahead flight to Frankfurt tomorrow to fly one back to Chicago. Oh, long-haul pilot Mike. Nice. The life of a long-hauler. Jumping puddles. Jim says get them acclimatised for Yorkshire International. What? So basically just turn these down to the lowest they go. Right, let's do a fuel check at Vsan, not vegan, Vsan. Where's my flight plan gone? Alright, what did we do? We took 5 tons of fuel, so an extra 300 kilograms there, plus the contingency is 200, 300 plus 200 is 500, so an extra half a ton. We're at Vsan. So that's about 3.1 tons. We should have about 3.6 tons then. What we got? Ah, lovely. So fuel check complete. That is a nice view. Did I say Chicago, Christian? I meant Washington. Washington Dolls, yeah. Mike, best waypoint in Europe is ass kick. I honestly can't remember the names of waypoints. It's kind of like you know them, but don't really remember them. Apart from DGAD, which we use for the Alpline. Remember DGAD. Just because we use it all the time. Sam, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. And Airwalk GT, thank you for the follow as well over on Twitch. Brian always remembers Tartan near Edinburgh. Yeah, that's true. Tartan. I think I'm better with VORs. All the VORs that are no longer really used for proper navigation anymore. So around me we've got Pole Hill, Otteringham, Trent, Wallasey. Going back to the days when I used to listen to VHF airband communications and waypoints weren't really a thing. They were just slowly starting to come in. But you'd often hear the pilots reporting in on the next frequency, direct to a VOR. Gamston, Brian, yeah, Gamston. Although Gamston didn't really have many sort of jets flying towards it. It wasn't really on a route. Or no route that I was listening to. Submission Antiboy, good afternoon, mate. Welcome to the English channel. We're about to start crossing over that. Are you about 2 miles away from Gamston, Brian? That's cool. Oh, I was flying over you a few weeks ago then. So then, just wondering how, as a new VATSIM pilot, how do you overcome talking to ATC because it makes you so nervous? Do you know what? That is probably the most nerve-wracking thing about flying on the VATSIM network for the first time, and it's overcoming that fear, isn't it? Of pushing the push-to-talk button, knowing that the whole world can hear you, and not wanting to do something wrong. Unfortunately, practice, as Jim has just said, is the only way to overcome that. It truly is. But I can still remember my first time doing it, that first time that you ask for a radio check live on the mic, and then someone answers you back, and you think, this is actually pretty cool. Right. Plenty of ships and boats and things now. I should see out the window. Becco Tech TV, good afternoon, mate. You're new to the channel. That is excellent. We love meeting new people on here. There won't be a return flight today, I am afraid. No, by the time we land, it'll be time to go and pick my lad up from school. Oh, Flying Walnut, mate, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That is awesome. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. And Zinvasion says, been following us on YouTube for a while, loving the content, motivated me so much that you're going to be type rated on this beautiful bus by the end of the year. That is excellent. And it is a beautiful bus. You get a tray table and everything. One in the eye for you there, Boeing. Bovington, the VOR of doom after being awake all night. Yeah, if you're long haul and flying into either, I guess it is. Or I guess it depends which side you're coming from. But yeah, hold at the Bovington VOR. Expect a 30-minute delay. Right, let's start having a quick look at what we can expect for Leeds then. Airsoft Messiah says, which do you think's better, X-Plane 12 or Microsoft Flight Simulator? That is a question I'm going to leave to the chat to answer. Dan's not here, so I'm guessing most people are going to say Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, let's have a look at the arrivals then. So as we come in, we're obviously going to be coming in down from the south. We're going to be coming up from Trent, then Denbigh, and then straight towards the Leeds Bradford. It's an NDB, isn't it? So that is that's our fly route as we come in. Now there are no stars. Basically, the route just takes you straight to overhead the LBA, Leeds Bradford NDB. So then, the way I plan to fly this, we're on runway 14. So as we approach the Leeds Bradford VOR, ATC, what they would normally do is just grab the charts for the ILS there. I'm not quite sure why it's not giving us the option to look at that straight away, but we're looking at the ILS Zulu charts here. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to be basically approaching the VOR, and then we'll just almost fly a right-handed traffic pattern. We'll fly around here and bring ourselves in. So nice and straightforward, actually. So let's just the approach is pretty straightforward. Let's just read the chart for any... what's going on there? Just try again. Right. So let's have a look at the approach. So, parts warn the ILS glide path might not give full scale flight outside 4 degrees right of the localizer centre line. It's possible GPWS activation 2 miles from touchdown. Okay, that's worth noting. If ours is actually working today, it was not yesterday. We won't be doing the alternate procedure. Verify lock ident because it's a common ILS frequency. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Glide path angles 3.5 degrees. Oh, so quite steep coming in compared to normal. That's pretty cool. Minimums for us is 880. Cool. Go around is 200 feet. Right turn, direct LBA, climb 3,000. MSA is 3.5 as we approach the airport, and then as we're downwind for the right hand pattern, it'll go down to 2.6. We've obviously got terrain to the south and the southwest. That's the Pennines. That's sort of down here, which is why this is 3.5. As we're coming in, we've got a slight displaced threshold and 3.5 degrees on the Pappies. Pappies to the right. So yeah, should be a good approach. And then once we've landed, then I believe we can taxi off at Delta. If we can get off at Delta, that'd be nice. Has anyone ever seen a picture of Leeds Bradford's runway from the air? It actually looks as bad as that runway profile. It's so weird. So yeah, that'll be fun to check out. And then Delta, and we obviously will just pull up one of the stands 9 through 13. Okay, so we know where we're going, we know how we're going to do it. We'll start setting the box up for that in a minute. Let's jump back in the flight deck because we can't be far away from our top of descent now. Start setting up the box for this. We're going to pop... do you know one thing I didn't get? What was the platform altitude of the airport, of the approach? Let me just grab that. It's with radar vectors 3,500 feet. So Echo Golf November Mike runway 14. I'll pop a radius in there of 9 miles. Rad nav page, we've got the LBA. Echo Golf November Mike 14. Just pop that in the progress page, so that's there as well. Right, what weight are we going to be at? We are going to be 53, 54, 55.6. Let's call it 56 tons for landing then. So it's a nice clear day, it's dry, we don't need to check for reverse thrust use. Apply that METAR. Landing weight, what did I say, is going to be 66 tons. Apply the METAR and flap 3, auto brake low. Why isn't this working? Why am I not getting anything? What are we missing here, guys? Runway selected, runway 14, try. METAR is applied. Landing weight. I've just put a random weight in there, not getting anything. Oh, I put the landing weight in too high there, haven't we? There we go. Did I put 66 in? I meant 56. Yeah, 56 tons. Didn't recognise it because the aircraft cannot land at that weight. Well, it probably can. Flaps 3, auto brake low. No, alright. Flap full, auto brake low. Can we do flap 3 auto brake medium? Yeah, we can. Let's do flap full. Flap full and low will work for us. QNH currently is 1032. Temperature is 19 degrees. Winds are currently 060 at 4. Config full. VAP is 126 and well, the minimum's 880. Can't remember now. Yes. 880. Company messages come through as well. Let's just check what that is. No ADC required. Lovely. That's what we like to see. Right, we'll have a look out the window then. What can we see? We should have a nice view, I think. Should have London down there. Yeah, there we go. There's London. River Thames. We spot any landmarks? Hey Ray, thank you for subscribing. Stadium down there. It's not Wembley, is it? No, that's not Wembley. I think Wembley's a little bit further to the west, isn't it? I wondered if that was Emirates, but I couldn't see King's Cross, which is quite near it. I think we've just flown past it now and I can't see it anymore. Yeah, that's not the Emirates. That's too far out from London to be Emirates. What is it actually? Oh, it could be. Could be. Train line runs just past it there. Can't quite see.
Standard traffic there, Fenix 29, Papa Tango, establish on the runway 04, we are 8 miles out.
I think that's Wembley. There's Wembley and there's Heathrow. And then out at the other side, we're just over Brookham's Park, and we should have Stansted. There we are. Been there a few times. Neil Plateau says he's waving to us from his office near St Paul's. Can we see him? No, it's a bit too murky. It's so good though that we've got scenery as realistic as this. Okay, let's just go through the threats then for our landing. So let's come off Unicom for a second whilst we go through the briefing. So we've spoken about where we're going and what we're doing. It is all pretty straightforward. We've got the box all filled in and set up. The arrival that we're going to be doing is there's no stars, but we're going to fly right on traffic pattern as we come in. We'll follow it, our Trent, Denbigh, and then as we approach the LBA, we'll fly on a northwesterly heading downwind, and yeah, just using our own mental calculations and profile in order to pick up the glide slope at once we're abeam about 3,000 feet. So threats to be aware of, we've got the pen lines as we're coming in, VMC conditions, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. As we're coming in then, big threat is 3.5 degrees on the glide path, so steeper than normal. Need to flare a little bit earlier. Make sure the picture doesn't put us off, because we're going to look quite nose down with that attitude compared to what we are used to, particularly as I'm normally doing flaps 3 landings, which has you a nice pitched up. This is going to be flaps 3, so the pitch is going to be lower down, and it's also 5.3 degrees, so it's going to be even lower down than we think. So don't get ground shy. That's my biggest sort of brief to myself. Don't be ground shy. Point that aircraft down at the Pappies and the touchdown zone and fix it there. And what will be will be. Once we touch down, short runway. So we're going auto brake low. I should be fine. And if it's going to be a long landing, let's not do what the TUI pilots did. Let's go around, in which case, straight out, once we're at 2,000 feet, right-hand turn, back into the hold at the LBA, and the missed approach altitude is 3,000 feet. And then we're vacating to the left on Delta. So that's the brief done. Flying Walnut says, just setting up a flight to... oh, you're off to not Innsbruck. Oh, go on. Salzburg. And you were at Stansted, waving as we fly back. Could you see us? Could you actually see a contrail or anything like that? Because you actually could see us, couldn't you, if you're on the VATSIM network? Which is really cool. JV, do I know where you could buy an attitude indicator like a ball? What, like they get in Cessnas and things? I'm afraid I don't know. Out-of-tank fuel transfer valves now open. Don't get that in the 321, of course. Fuel, we've got left 3 tons. So we've got about an hour and a half's endurance. Birmingham Airport over to the left, and will we pass East Midlands? Yeah. East Midlands just here. So what we actually see here in quite often in real life is aircraft coming into Leeds, doing the flight path we're doing actually. When they get to Embor, we see them sort of get a bit of a direct straight up towards the LBA. Because I live, well, I live around here actually, and we do see them. We do see them crossing straight over the top of us. Usually easy to spot at night with the strobes. And good old Doncaster Airport there at the top. Really hope that reopens. I really do. Gab says, good afternoon from Romania. Nice. It's not a cloud in the sky, is there? Which always makes me wonder if world weather is actually working, but I think it is. We've not even got any contrails in the sky today. Oh, hang on. We have got clouds. Over Norfolk. Brian says planes used to fly over us at 3,000 feet on the way to runway 02 at Doncaster. Hopefully, Brian, it will open again. Did you get the Antonov over the top of you then, back when it flew in? That was a few years ago now, though. But if that landed on 02 straight over the top of you, man, that would have been loud. All 6 of its engines. I keep seeing reports that they're going to rebuild that. That's one of those things that I will believe it when I see it. Gab, you've got snow already in the Carpathian Mountains. It's weird weather at the moment, isn't it, over Europe? Heavy flooding, of course, reported across Central Europe. Really, really bad heavy rainstorms. Loss of life as well. Brian, you had the Antonov, the Vulcan, also the 747 cargo 3 times a week. Yeah, was that... Oh, was it Magma Airlines or something like that? We used to see that occasionally as it was coming in. Bringing fresh flowers, I think, and produce from Africa. Nairobi, wasn't it? Nairobi. Hey, Ancient Dino. Blue skies in real life at Leeds. 21 degrees and weirdly warm. Weirdly warm. We're not used to it, are we? Bit of an Indian summer. That company message might be our parking information. Stand 15. Yeah, so we'll do what they do in real life. We'll get to Embo and then we'll go direct Denby. See if I can see my house. So just having a quick look where stand 15 is. Oh, it's all the way over there. Fair enough. Delta, cross November, and just slight right on Alpha. So can we see East Midlands down there? Oh, gorgeous view of East Midlands. Pyrenees, East Midlands Airport, which is a stunning airport scenery. There's the Trent Power Station as well. There's the M1. We could just VFR it, couldn't we? Follow the M1 all the way up to Leeds. Straight past Meadowhall. Almost looks like a line in the texture in there, doesn't it? It's a bit strange. Incidentally, we're going up or down the ski slope today. We're going. What are we on? We're on runway 14. Yeah, runway 14 today. Right, let's go down. I'm going to pop her into open descent, so thrust level open descent 120 blue, down we go, and we're now going to go, we'll go direct Denby. We'll wind the speed up as well, just to, as we've cut some track miles off, so I'll go speed 280. Shame we've no ATC around, but never mind. Lulu says she flew out of Pyrenees Glasgow Airport yesterday. Very impressive modelling. Have you seen their Edinburgh Airport? Because that is stunning. Edinburgh Airport really, really is good. They're on to version 2 now, aren't they? And that is amazing. So I'm wondering if I can still see the M1. We're going to fly pretty much straight over Sheffield now. Well, actually, Sheffield might just be down here, and we're flying over the Pennines. We'll have Manchester over to our left. Just up here. These aren't the Pennines yet. We're too far south, but yeah, that's pretty much where we're pointing at the moment. And then when aircraft get sort of under radar control, they get given a bit more of a direct to the LBA. So we can probably look at doing that ourselves now, to be fair. So direct LBA. Wonder if we can recognise anywhere down here. Might be able to spot my airfield actually from down here. We're pretty close to it. But there's an engine in the way. Never mind. Seb says there's a typhoon flying over Leeds in real life at the moment. 41,000 feet and it's so loud. And this is Sheffield. It's where I grew up. Meadow Hall will be down here somewhere, for those of you who know the area. Then we'll have the Snake Pass, for anyone that knows that. Glossop, the Woodhead Pass. Believe that might be Bramall Lane. And a little bit further north we've got Hillsborough, the better football stadium. I think that might be the site of the old Sheffield City Airport. There's the Parkway. That's the M1. Here's Meadowhall, look, for anybody who knows Meadowhall. There's Meadowhall just there. Yeah, that's the old Sheffield City Airport, sadly defunct. Oh, this is actually really cool to see. That's Bramall Lane, home of Sheffield United. I should probably start to fly the plane rather than sightseeing my own city. I don't get to fly over my own city in Microsoft Flight Sim when we're doing these flights though. It's not normal, so I'm really actually enjoying this. Jacko says, spent many hours of my life lost in Meadowhall waiting for my missus. Haven't we all? Right, so that's the Exfield Junction. There's Thorpe Hesley. That's the junction that goes off towards Tankersley and the Stocksbridge bypass. That is junction 36 of the M1, and I live off down here. I'm not going to point it out, but I probably, if I trace it enough, yep, I can see my house. That's Cortonwood Retail Park for anybody that knows it. Oh, Matt, you in Stocksbridge? I know Stocksbridge very well. Guess where my wife was from? Well, Deepcar actually, but close enough. This is really cool. Right, I'd love to spot some more, but we need to concentrate on flying. Alright, flight level 60, carrying on that descent. Oh mate, you're actually from Deepcar. Perfect. It's like a trip down memory lane, this. Right, speed 250. And we'll start concentrating then now. Leeds Bradford traffic Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, currently 15 miles to the south of the LBA. We're making right hand traffic pattern for the ILS runway 14. No, Jackal, this is default scenery. No third party or anything like that. Right, we've got India Lima Bravo Fox identified. Activate the approach phase, so that's done. And we can actually see Leeds Bradford there, look. There it is. MPFSX life is very good. All the more better for seeing my seeing the area I grew up. Yeah, Matthew. So my in-laws now, as they are, they still live in Newcar. When we go over there, it's great because you get to see loads of aircraft from going in and out of Manchester. Especially if you go up on the golf course. If you're from Deepcar, you'll know where I mean. Loads of great views on the golf course. It's just a shame you've got to play golf. Hey, Hitman. Right, local QNH is in. Start slowing her down. So the thrust idle open descent 3000 blue. QNH now 1032. Approach checklist. So RF QNH 1032. Yeah, seatbelt signs are on. Minimums 880. Auto brake low and the FB is stowed. Just tidy up our flight plan. Zip Pilot, we've been playing watching Manchester pop up. Yes, yeah, quite a few times.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray tables must be stowed, armrests down, and windows and legs open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you.
That looks freakishly realistic, doesn't it? That looks so good. Matt, yes, this is Builds Leeds that we're landing at. That looks so good.
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
Incredibly realistic since the update, isn't it? So just got the speed brake, just help us get down a little sooner. Given there is a bit of terrain around us, I will turn that on. It is working today, it wasn't working yesterday. And we'll go flaps 1, so speed's checked, flaps 1, and we'll pull speed 18. Just got a little bit of wind as well from the right, so just causing a tad little bit of drift. Moritz, thank you for the follow. Herky83 as well, good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us.
FSTraffic using 6 for Golf Charlie, flight base, final, great.
Now MSA is 3-3, so I've just changed the descent now 330 blue. Bring her around to the right in a moment. So there you can see glide slopes coming to start and meet us now. Let's take her around. So stick with that glide slope, set VS of about 700. That should work nicely for us. VS 700. And we can actually get down to 3,000 as we're going to be within the safe parameters of doing that according to the chart. So that's going to work nicely for us. Flaps 2, speeds checked. Flaps 2. We're working on about a 9-10 mile final. Now, of course, remember, normally 3,000 feet at this point, that would be a 9 mile final to pick up the localizer, but the localizer is steeper, remember, it's 3.5 degrees, so it's actually higher up, as you can see at the moment. That's Lock Star. Leeds Bradford traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, establishing now 9 mile final, runway 14. And there's our runway. So our FQNH is set. Oh, I'm reading the wrong checklist. Landing checklist. We've done the approach checklist, so we'll do the landing checklist in a moment. 7 miles out. That looks beautiful. Jim asks, is Innobuilds from Leeds, is Leeds from Innobuilds better than Orbex's Leeds? I don't know, I'm not sure what you guys think in the chat about that. That's glide slope start, so missed approach altitude 3,000 feet is set. The go around is straight out on runway track at 2,000 feet, a right hand turn back to the LBA. Gear down, spoilers armed, flaps 3. Speeds checked, flaps 3. That looks amazing. The sim update, sorry, no, the world update has really done a good job here. Flaps full. landing checklist. So cabin is secured, going around altitude 3,000 feet, set, and ECAM will landing no blue. Right, it's coming to Leeds. A little bit of a wind from the left. Who put that wind turbine there? So look at that, we're coming down about 900 feet per minute. That's because of the steeper glide path angle. Slight disagreement between Pappies and ILS there. I've got 3 whites on the Pappies. There we go, that's 2 whites, 2 reds. Let's get back on the centre line. We've just come off a little bit.
Light slope.
There's the GPWS warning that we were told about.
Light slope.
I'm going to disregard that. I'm happy with the picture.
Light slope. Light slope. Light slope.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Ooh, a little bit of wind on final there. I don't know if you saw that. That was quite cool. So spoilers for screen. Uphill, manual brakes, and off at Delta. Didn't that look awesome coming in? Right, let's clean our aircraft up, get the APU started. Lights can come off. TCAS off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving
And
their
radars.
seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter, or Easyjet app.
Lulu says that's quite an upslope. That is there in real life. If you Google Leeds Bradford Airport runway from the air, there is a picture showing Leeds Bradford runway, and honestly, it's a zigzag pattern compared to the ground. It really is. Nice straightforward taxi that to runway 1 onto taxi onto parking stand, sorry, 14. And they're all waiting for us. If you want to pick up the scenery as well, guys, there's a link in the video description, and it'll take you to Inner Builds, and honestly, it is awesome scenery. So definitely worth grabbing. But as you can see from here, the airport is built on top of a hill, and you saw just as we were coming in, at least I hope you saw, there was a little bit of wind literally as we were about to touch down, just a little gust, which is exactly what happens in Leeds all the time. Go arounds are very, very common. Right, I'm going to leave the engines running because we're going to check out the replay. But welcome, guys, welcome to Leeds, and just in time as well for me to pick up my lad from school, so that is awesome. Yeah, I will, let's just come off the VATSIM network, and then we can have a quick look at the replay and check that out. But I thought that looked superb, that scenery coming into Leeds. I thought that looked really, really good. So, just let the scenery load into that. Hey, Mona. Just have to wait for all the scenery just to repopulate again because it looks like something out of Minecraft at the minute. Although it's normally loaded in a lot a lot quicker than this. I'm not quite sure what's happening here at the minute. How strange. Doesn't really do it justice when it looks like this, does it? Oh, there we go. It's starting to populate now, look. It's not the cricket stadium, that, is it? But there, literally, there you go. Built on top of a hill. In every sense of the word. Exposed to the elements. Which is why when it's windy, they have trouble. Goofy, I use Sky Dolly for my replays. I mean, Matt, if you were looking for some Phoenix routes, then Wizz Air fly here. Of course, we all know that Jet2 are now moving over to Airbus. And you've got Easyjet. Some nice routes, as we've just done today. Awesome. But yeah, if you do want to get this scenery, then check out the link in the video description to Innobills, where you can pick up Leeds Bradford Airport, which, as you've just seen, looks stunning. On the surrounding area looks amazing as well. Contrail Store also have discounts running at the moment, so pick up some great Pyrrhus scenery all on sale at the moment on the Contrail Store, and with their discount you can add a further 10% discount using that code at the bottom, AlphaFox-4755, so jot that down somewhere as well. And until next time, I'm going to have to leave you because I'm going to go and grab my lad from After School Club. I don't want him to be the last one there. But thank you so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed our afternoon stream. We get to see all the beautiful scenery. And you know what? I absolutely loved seeing Sheffield and flying over it, because that was awesome. Being able to spot the landmarks, which was great. This area down here when I started the replay, so it was brilliant. I'm going to leave you as per usual with our outro replay. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thank you for your continued support. Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members, you are of course the best. You are amazing. And as per usual, our next streams will be advertised on our Discord server. Until then, I hope whatever you're doing for the rest of the day, you're going to have a great day. And yeah, I'm going to leave you with the replay from the flight deck. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all again on the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.